Alright guys, today we're gonna change the fuel pump on my 2000 Chevy Suburban. I've changed this pump probably, this will be the third time since I had the truck, probably 6 years. I replaced the pump probably two, 3 years ago, and I just happen to have a new one sitting here in my garage. Because the last time I replaced it, I needed it right then and there, and I ordered one from Rock Auto and it hadn't got here in time, so I had to go to the parts store and go ahead and buy one. But when the other one came, I just said, well, I need it eventually, so today I need it. The reason I'm changing it is because my gas level indicator is going berserko. I can't trust it. Sometimes it reads, when I fill it up, it doesn't fill all the way to the fill mark. It's like a quarter way to the fill mark. Then now it's starting to, I can fill it up and drive probably 50-60 miles and it's past half full, so I know that's not right. And I drive this truck a lot, so I want to be able to trust the fuel hand where it's at. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace it because I got one, and I'm gonna show you how I do it. First thing you want to do, you want to unplug the battery. So I disconnected the positive lead, and I do have this truck up on ramps because the truck is not high enough to slide under or to get the actual fuel tank off and under it. So, but make sure you chalk the wheels. I got the wheels chalked on both sides because you will be under this, your whole body will be under the truck. So like I said, I got it on ramps just to get it up. One other thing, you want to try to run your gas hand down low as you possibly can. I know if you had a problem like your fuel pump went out and you couldn't drive it, I know you can't do that, but me, I ran it down to it said empty, but I'm pretty sure it's probably still 5-6 gallons, maybe 10 gallons of gas still in this tank. You don't want to try to do this when it's full of gas. I've done it in the past. It's very difficult, and I'm doing it by myself. But you can do it, and once I get to that point, I'll show you how I get the tank off and on there by myself. But try to run it down. I mean, when the light come on and you think it's about to run out of gas, that's when you want to try to change it. Okay, I'm up under the truck, and I'm on the back side of the actual truck. This is the fuel tank. I'm at the back of the tank. First thing I like to do is take the filler neck off that goes to your gas cap. We got to remove this, and it's got a couple little lines here that goes to the tank. This line here, and we got to take the line off the canister, the vent canister that it goes to the tank. For when we get ready to drop it, all that will come down and won't be connected. As you can see, it's connected on the side of the tank here, and we don't want to remove none of that if we don't have to. So we got this line, the filler neck, and this other line here, it goes to the back. I don't know exactly what this line goes to, but we want to remove that. This connection is just a simple hose connection, but it's just in a difficult place. Some of these connections are kind of tricky. You're supposed to be able to squeeze this. If you squeeze on either side of this thing and pull up, it comes loose, and watch stuff fall in your eyes. Alright, this one is kind of tricky too. You should be able to squeeze it and pull out on it, but all right. So we should be done with the 3 connections here in the back of the gas tank. We can move up to the front. It's 1 connection up here in the front of the tank. It's just this little holes here, and it's got this blue insert here. They have tools that you can stick down in here, but you should better just pinch to either side of this connection and pull on it. It should come out. I played with this thing and played with it, and what I did was I just pulled the back out. Like I said, this thing is kind of old and needs to be replaced. And once I pulled it back up, I just pulled on it hard, just got frustrated, and it came loose. So you will have to play with these things to get them off. A lot of times this is the hardest part of the whole job, is getting these connections loose. Okay, now what you want to do is get a board on your jack that fits between the 2 supports that's holding the tank up. It's one right here, and it's one back there. So you want to try to get your board in the middle, so it's not touching any of those supports. This is very important for the tank to come down evenly. You just want to butt it up against the tank, put a little pressure on it. Now we should be able to remove the supports to get the tank to drop down. Okay, this is the front support here, and it's held on by a 15mm bolt here, and we have one in the back. See if I can give you a good view of that. And it's held on with the actual 15mm bolt too. So we're going to go ahead and take this one loose. And you should be able to pull this down, and it just got like a little hook on the back side of it that you just should be able to lift it off and remove it. I'm gonna do the same thing here in the back. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the whole brace. Now if we got everything disconnected, we should be able to drop this tank down. You want to do this slowly. Just make sure you got all the connections loose, and it might be hanging up on something. So when it comes down a little bit, you gotta get the front and slide it back some, because it's a little lip that the tank sits on here in the front. And I'm just gonna go around and make sure all the connections in the back are loose before I come all the way down. Some one hose I forgot here on top. The connection I forgot, which is on top of the tank, is this connection here. It's like a I don't know if it's a vent hose or what, but supposedly it's one of those pinch connectors that you can pinch and get it to come off. But I had to stick a screwdriver down the side of it to get the locks to go back. So just to let you know, on the top of the back of the tank here, it's a connector. You can bring it down some more. Try to bring it up. Don't forget you got connections on the top of the tank, electrical connections, and 1 or 2 hoses. So try to bring it down far enough so you can see on top of it. And like I said, don't be alarmed, the gas is going to fall to the back, which is not a bad thing because you need to weight off the front to slide it off of this deal. Okay, that's as far as my jack will go down. So I'm going to try to slide the tank back a little bit. I'm going to get me a 2x4 if I can put it on the heel just in case. I don't want it to come all the way down and one of these connections are very tight on the top. I'm going to use this 2x4 to prop it up because I got connections on the top here, and I do see one of them is tight. All right, we got these blue connectors. You got to get real good at doing these blue connectors because this truck is packed with them. Trying to get this, like I said, you got 2 electrical connections and 2 hoses up here on top. And I think this one is a lock on top of it here. And this other one is just a pull-up tab that you just pull up and pull off, and this one has a push down tab. So now we need to get these blue connectors off. I got the one in the back to come off. It's a green connector, but this blue one, it wants to be difficult. Okay, I finally got that connection loose. I don't even want to tell you how I did it because I don't want you to do it the way I've done it. But I fought with it, and I did get it off. I'm pretty sure it's a proper tool for that, and I don't have the proper tool for that. So do your research on the proper tool to get those blue connectors off, because I fight with them every time. So we got that down. Well, we got that off. Now we should be able to drop the tank all the way down. I'm using the 2x4 as like leverage to, so I can slide it off the front here. The holder is holding these hoses on top here, and I can't see it, so I don't know exactly how to get it off just yet. But we need to get that off before we can actually pull the tank out. You can see on everything should be disconnected on top. And like I said, just remember how to put it back. The blue connector goes on the hose on the outside, and the other hose goes on the green connector, which is smaller, goes on the back side. And the connections, you can only put them on there one way. So we're going to pull this out just enough to be able to work on the actual fuel pump. It's a little gas that came out of of that blue hose. Alright, now that we have the actual tank out before we can get to it, we just want to try to clean the crud off around it, any dirt or rocks. So this just like anything else. To loosen it, you want to try to knock it counterclockwise. Once you get the move, it comes on out. So we got the locking ring off. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this green connector on this hose here. Get the air one more time before I lift it off. And it's going to be gas in the reservoir. This is what the new pump looks like. So it's going to be gas down in this bowl. So when you take it out, remember that, and probably just see if you can pour the gas back in there without making a huge mess. So it should just lift out. And there is one hose here in the inside that you have to disconnect. It's got the little tabs like on the blue connector. Okay. You don't want to lose that, but you're going to have to reach back down there and grab that. And just try to, like I said, that bowl has gas in it, so you're going to have to just try to get it out best you can. What I'm going to do right now, it's a lot of gas still in there, which I thought it was. That's why I'm replacing the fuel pump anyway. I got this little transfer pump. Hopefully it'll work. And I got a gas can. See if I can get at least 5 gallons out of it to make it easier when I put it back. Hopefully this pump still works. I hadn't put any batteries in it in a while. So that way you can drain it. Like I said, if you're doing it by yourself, to take some weight off of it. And this little pump comes from Harbor Freight. It's only about $7, if I remember right. Like I said, it's got to be 15-20 pounds right there. Okay, I'm ready to put the new pump in. I pumped, I know, at least 12 gallons out of this tank, and it said it was empty in my truck, and it's still probably 5-6 gallons in there. So the seal goes in that area there, and don't forget to basically that hose in the inside, put the connector, the inside of that connector back. Let me zoom you in here so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. This piece that came off with the hose when I took the old one off, just snap the old one well, snap that one back in here. Then we're gonna put this slide it down in there. Then we're gonna connect that hose back up until it click on here. So if you remember, the hoses was facing this way, so you want to put it back in the same direction. And want to get the locking ring and put the locking ring back on here. I'm gonna blow it off. Well, I'm gonna hold it down and I'm gonna blow that off. But here on the top of the locking ring, it says do not reuse, so you have to choose that for yourself if you want to reuse it or not. But I'm gonna reuse mine. So you want to get that down on there. You want to basically go clockwise with it this time. And you can tell it's locked because of little indentions in this lock ring that slides on and locks into. So we know we got that in there good and tight. We're going to zoom out just a little bit. Now we can start putting hoses back on that, like for this back hose that had the green connector on it. Now that I got it out, I can see it's connected to the actual tank. It's not connected to the truck. So I can go ahead and install this one back on until it clicks and put it back in the holder. But I still got the one that's coming from the actual truck that I got to put in this connector. So now we can go ahead and try to put it back up under here. To get the front of the tank up on this little ledge up here in the front. I gotta get this thing up on this jack. That's what's hurting me right now. I'm gonna have to go pick up the back. Alright, that's almost where it needs to be. I'm going to go back in the back, connect all those connectors in the back, and move up here to the front. Well, all I got left is to put gas back in it. And we just in time. It's about to start raining. I'm gonna prime it a couple times. That's your fuel pump. And it's probably reading right now because I'm actually on the tilt and all the gas is down in the front. So we're gonna try to start it this time. Alright guys, there you go. We're finally done just in time because it's about to rain. But that job wasn't too difficult. I'd say from 1 to 10, like I said, it's about 7.5 doing it by yourself. If you'd have had somebody there to help you position the tank and up and down with the jack, it would have been a lot easier. And the biggest part is those connectors, those blue connectors. I'm sure it's the right tool for that, and I will be looking for that tool, so make sure you find that tool because that would make your job a lot easier. But the part that I use for the actual fuel pump will be down in the description. And please guys, just take these videos as entertainment. I'm not a mechanic. I just play one on YouTube. So but other than that, I guess that's it guys. Like I said, if you hadn't subscribed to the channel, please do. It helps us out a lot. And other than that, I'm out. Thanks for watching.